We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
The console wars is something that I can remember vividly. I remember arguing with people as to why the 360 is better than the PlayStation 3. And I feel like now time has proven that the 360 was much better. The PlayStation 3, even though it had free online, that was one of the major things people talked about. I think 360 as a whole was just a better package deal. It was just awesome. I think modern gaming wouldn't be the same if 360 didn't exist, for better or for worse, because, considering that 360 didn't have free online, that is sort of what inspired PlayStation and others to copy that. If they had free online, we would all probably have free online at this very moment. So 360 did some things that's good, they did some things that's bad, but the console wars is something that dominated that era, and it kind of ended when PlayStation 4 came out. Xbox dropped the ball and they have never recovered. So many people have switched to PlayStation and they're basically just gaining a monopoly over the gaming industry. It's only PlayStation, Switch, and PC at this point. Xbox is a non-factor. Part of that is because of they just fumbled so hard. They bought so many different game studios from Activision to Blizzard and they just released no games. They bought all of those studios during the pandemic. 5 years later, no games. What is up with that? Of course, your Game Pass is going to fail. Of course, you're going to have to shut down studios. What's up with the micromanaging over there at Xbox in order for things to turn out that way? And then meanwhile, you have PlayStation. They're not releasing that many games either, but they already have the player base. The player base already made the switch in the previous era. So they really don't have to try that hard to gain anything because they have everything. And now we see Xbox getting desperate. They put their games on PlayStation. They kind of got rid of the idea of exclusivity. This was something that I was like, wow, I can't believe they did that. I was looking at Halo and Gears of War on a PlayStation store and my jaw was on the floor. Even though we all laughed at that and was like, these guys, they lost. They lost. They're desperate at this point. Now we have here today news that PlayStation is preparing to do the same exact thing. And once you have God of War on Xbox and Gears of War on PlayStation, the console wars is done. I really think all of these platforms are moving towards basically becoming streaming services. Once a TV or a monitor or whatever is powerful enough to run PlayStation, just like it's able to run Netflix, I think the consoles probably will cease to exist. But also, the console is a big money maker. I wonder if the cost of developing the PS5 or the PlayStation 6 or 7, whatever, is worth it if you could just turn it into a streaming service app and just pay people a subscription, sell them a controller, and then that's it. I think that's where we're heading. But the news of PlayStation trying to hire people in order to like make their games be compatible with all platforms, it just shows the direction that we're moving in. There is so many players out there. Gaming is one of the biggest industries on the planet, and being in this position to where I'm not gonna let them play my game because that's stupid. You see these games trying to be on PC, the Epic Store, Nintendo, on mobile, on Xbox, on PlayStation. This is the future. It's going to do amazing things in terms of like cross play, cross progression. It's going to be amazing in that aspect because a lot of these, hurdles were built in by the stubbornness of these companies. But now that they see the value in allowing people to cross over, that's going to open the floodgates to so many more new opportunities.